Going on, Matt? Going
Welcome
on?
back
Welcome back is right. Going
to
on,
the
big man?
HPW podcast. Um, before we jump into the our TLC review, we're on the second to last episode of 2020, the inaugural season. So we're going to do TLC today. You won't get much of a review for, because there really wasn't, in my opinion, anything to talk about from last night.
Nah, not at all.
There's one segment that stood out to me, but we'll get there. But next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. The 29th, isn't it? The 29th.
Will be our year in review / awards.
Right.
Now this is again our first year doing this. First, we're throwing together stuff last second here, but we're going to do Wrestler of the Year, Male Wrestler of the Year is the 4 nominations, because there's a nomination from every show. Drew McIntyre is the nominee for Raw. Jon Moxley from AEW. Roman Reigns from SmackDown. And Adam Cole, baby, from NXT.
Mox.
What up, Oos? Female Wrestler of the Year. Nominees are Bayley, Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, and Britt Baker from AEW. Tag Team of the Year. There's actually two from AEW, because FTR was split time this year because they spent time in WWE and AEW, so they get 2. So AEW will also have the Young Bucks as well. Street Profits, the New Day, and the Undisputed Era from NXT. Heel Turn of the Year, Roman, Kenny Omega, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor.
They're good ones. I like those.
Face of the Year, Drew McIntyre, and Adam Cole,
Good boy.
Cody Rhodes, and Braun Strowman. And then the Heel of the Year, this is where it gets really fun, I think. The Heel of the Year. We'll start with Roman Reigns, Randy Orton from the 2 flagship shows from the mothership.
What's up? Sorry.
And then Pat McAfee from NXT. And the Heel of the Year, in my opinion, he's better than you, and you know it.
That's a given, bro. That's a given, man. Give that to NXT all the way.
And then we'll have Moments of the Year, or Match of the Year, and we have a lot to think about on that one. It'll be kind of one of those things where we just kind of each give our Match of the Year. The huge pop moment of the year, like something that the thing of the year, the moment in wrestling for 2020 that is without a shadow of a doubt the best thing you saw all year. So that's what we got. If you want to leave your vote for each of those, in the comments below, or just kind of let us know.
Comment on Facebook, comment on YouTube. I just want to say thank you guys for watching. This is again, it was put together because we talk on the phone probably twice a week about wrestling, and we are like, you know what? Let's talk on YouTube and Facebook about wrestling, and that's what happened. So I thank you for the fan base that came along. I mean, it's not much, but you guys make it happen. You make it worth our while to get on, and 2021 is going to be amazing, I think. So we'll go over that.
We got a lot going forward. I think we're going to continue to get better.
Yeah, I think we'll get better. I think you'll see a lot of different things, but we'll share all that after the show on the 29th. So,
and I also want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, because we won't be having our Christmas Eve show. Hopefully y'all are able to be with some family.
Yes.
In the kind of crazy times we're living in now. But honestly, would we even be doing this podcast if it wasn't for COVID?
Right. But so that's our introduction. Cue the music. Let's go to TLC. Cue our music, man. TLC.
Wait, I hear someone.
Yep, I hear it. Wait.
Hold on.
I think it's coming.
Well, I hear a commercial.
It's brought to you by Pokemon. Today's show. Vivid Voltage. Sorry.
But I do. We have somebody. Hold on.
All right.
He's the Prince Devitt.
I want to start the show by saying I've seen many podcasts, watched probably 5 or 6 podcasts on TLC. I have very different opinion on TLC than some of the podcasts I've seen. I've seen it everywhere from the show sucked to it was a mid-card event.
No.
To it was just good. I thought TLC wasn't great, but I thought TLC was it was one of the better pay-per-views of the year. And
it was, in my opinion, there was only 2 matches, and then this is including that match on the pre-show. Including that one, there's only one other match that really I went and made a snack and came back and like, oh, it's still going? Okay.
Right. Guys, I mean, I think WWE and AEW is starting to do it, but there's no fans, there's no interaction, so it is wrestling entertainment. It's not the sport of wrestling. So if you're looking for them to grapple on the ground and and do all that stuff, that's great. But it's entertainment as well. And I think WWE on this in this pay per view did a wonderful job doing the wrestling part and the entertainment part.
Well, I before the show started, they had that Kevin Owens Chronicle.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
I didn't watch
watched
it.
that
No.
or not.
Uh.
He talked on there and he said it's really difficult. It's really difficult for these guys right now to wrestle without somebody or without fans in the crowd. Like
Right.
it's tough. He's like, cause he goes, I tell you what, these chair shots I'm taking, they hurt a hell of a lot more now that I'm not taking it in front of millions of people or
Right.
like thousands of people.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree. So let's start with that. Was it the 8-man tag team match that opened up the show?
Horrible.
It was, and the thing is, I think they used. I'm looking at the people on it: Big E, Daniel Bryan, Otis, and Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, King Corbin, Cesaro. I mean, a few of those guys should be used in better spots, but to be quite honest, Otis, Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, King Corbin, they need to go back to some kind of developmental thing, or either that or refigure their character, because I can't stand their characters on this where they're going, and it's just
Why is Sami Zayn okay? I don't mind him being the Intercontinental Champion, but why is he as Intercontinental Champion on the pre-show?
yeah. Why are you doing that? And they could. My opinion, I'm not without giving it away. Why couldn't they have used Big E in that match with the New Day versus oh shoot,
He was too busy showing people that Instagram.
Yeah. So why? I think they could have used Big E in that one. Daniel Bryan, you're coming back. You bring Daniel Bryan back, and guess what? You don't use him, and I think you could have used them in the matches some way. It's just I think they missed the boat on those. But yeah, that match was like, sure, it was won by Big E, Daniel Bryan, and Otis, but who? I mean, come on. It was a garbage match, in my opinion.
What do you think?
The match wasn't that good, one bit. I know, I kind of agree with you, Uncle Scott, that Otis, Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, and Baron Corbin, we just need to go back, like maybe just go back to NXT.
Right, absolutely.
Make maybe NXT a better show.
Right.
But with those on the big show, they don't really do anything with those characters.
Absolutely not. It gets frustrating every weekend, Andrew, or week watching Otis, and I'm so sick of Big King Corbin. That is the dumbest, absolute most ridiculous thing I've seen. And I mean, what happened to Shinsuke Nakamura? I remember him a year ago. He was big things, and now it's nothing. And I get frustrated. Even Daniel Bryan, I don't understand why WWE is not using him more. But
I like Shinsuke when he was in NXT.
Right, absolutely, I agree, 100%.
Because I like his music, but I don't like on the big what is it called? The type of instrument that they use. They use a guitar.
Oh, you don't like his intro?
Like rock and roll stuff.
His old school, his old. He's a fan of the old school.
Okay, all right. So yeah, that match was kind of eh.
And then I mean, like I'm a Shinsuke fan, and there's weeks where they don't use him at all, and you just kind of forget about him, and in a way he's getting buried because of it, and it's kind of sad because he's one of those guys they brought in because they knew that New Japan knows what they're doing. And
my fear is with everything going on in the other shows outside of WWE, is he going to get sick of it and go tangle with the New Japan Wrestling and the and AEW and Impact. You know.
Well, I can see AJ leaving,
Yeah.
but we'll get to him
Right.
later.
Yeah, we'll get to that. What's the next match?
AJ versus Drew McIntyre,
Oh my God.
which I think that match was like a good match. Good, except when Miz came in.
That match had everything in it.
I'll let you talk. You go ahead, and I'm gonna. Here's one of my rants. So you go ahead and you share yours, and I'm gonna.
You can go first, Andrew.
No, you.
Well, it had everything that a TLC match would have. It had
Tables.
Tables, ladders, chairs. Everyone went through a table. The cashing in, you could see that from 10 miles away, a million miles away. You knew it was going to happen. I kind of would have rather seen, because it was a ladder match, I would have rather have seen almost climb the ladder and get the title and give it to AJ. I think that would have been more productive than what they did. They had all the high spots. They had all the jumping around. They had all the spots where he almost has the belt, and then Drew McIntyre gets back in there.
The same thing with Drew McIntyre too.
It was back and forth is what you wanted to see, but at the same time, I feel bringing Miz out at that point took away from the match. But they were having a great match, back and forth.
Right.
AJ and Drew had a great back and forth, and if I just wish Drew would have won clean and not had all the outside interference. Granted, he didn't have the help.
Right.
But it was just kind of.
Right.
I thought it was the second best match of the night.
What about you, Andrew?
I think it was the second best match. I liked the match. But one funny part, which I just loved about that AJ versus Drew match when the Miz came out, is that the John Morrison's expression when he hit the one other guy in the back with the steel chair, it just shattered.
Yeah,
and then also I like how the guy just went backstage after that, trying to get him, because with him and out on the ringside, he's not even doing anything. I know he might have sent the Miz through, was it a ladder or a table? Yeah, but I would kind of, like you, Daddy, I would kind of like to see him get up there, grab the title, and throw it down to AJ.
I agree. That it was. I don't know if it'd be the second favorite match. I have a hard time ranking the matches. That had everything a TLC match was supposed to have. They're climbing the ladders, throwing people through chairs and through tables and through ladders even. Omos, I'm finally thankful that you've seen him do something other than stand there. That was cool. The right guy won, in my opinion. Yeah. I thought that they used. I would have expected maybe a better ending for me would have been Omos again, like you said, maybe climbing the ladder, grabbing the belt, and bring it to AJ and say, "Here, that's yours," because that would have set up a Drew McIntyre Omos, two big fellas going at it. I was waiting for something like that. I was waiting for, oh my God, Omos is finally gonna do something. He's gonna, but that never happened due to the fact that WWE with the Money in the Bank, they totally missed the boat all year long with that Money in the Bank. It's a joke. I mean, you had that that stupid pay-per-view where Otis wins the Money in the Bank. Then he has it all year long, and he had that saga with Miz and Morrison and Mandy, I guess her name is.
Yeah.
Mandy and Otis. Then you split them up, and they break up, and then they have that stupid court hearing, and then now Miz has the title, has a Money in the Bank contract, and now you bring him in the middle of a freaking match. Police, and now you're on Monday Night Raw saying, "Oh, I never cashed in the Money in the Bank match."
John Morrison
did. It's a freaking joke, WWE. You need to either get rid of it or fix it, because it's the stupidest thing. You're making a mockery of a championship that, when I was a kid, was a real deal. You cash it in. You fight the dude. You take it. You win the championship. I think there's only been 3 people that have had the Money in the Bank contract and didn't win it. And if I'm saying it here live on HPW, if they reverse it, it may take a lot for me to watch Monday Night Raw again. You can't reverse that. You can't reverse the Money in the Bank contract to somebody else. You can't. Now, don't mind him. I mind you, Miz. He put on a good show. He was high flying, etc., etc. But in the end of the day, I thought that was a mistake by WWE to have him cash it in, and then on Monday Night Raw, he claims he didn't cash it in. Well, guess what, Miz? I'm here in Pensacola, Florida, Fort Walton Beach. You cash that in. If you disagree, come see me.
So
the next match we got was Sasha Banks and Carmella. Honestly, when I saw that, when I was like, great, here's a popcorn match. We'll make a snack,
Yeah.
And then I came out and I sat there and watched it for a little bit. I tell you what, I was pleasantly surprised.
The words
by what they were wearing, and
look at that grin on Andrew's face. You liked what they were wearing too, Andrew?
yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Easy.
Mella put on a show. She surprised the hell out of me. I was not ready for her to be at that level. She's a wrestler. You can't tell me she's not, because she went blows and looked good with legit the best talent on SmackDown.
I agree. I will have to agree. It brought me back to the Tough Enough days. You ever remember those where, been there competing and they had their hearts in the match, and both them girls, man, they were tough. And they went through a lot, and it was a good match, and they hit some high points, and it was good. I think they could have went both ways, man. I think WWE better be careful.
Winning a championship too.
Huh? Yeah. I think she's on the verge of winning it. Maybe I don't know if they have a Royal Rumble women's match.
Yeah, they do.
I could see her as a great possible winner. Unfortunately, I feel I know who's gonna win it.
Who?
Unfortunately, the other woman that came back last on TLC, I have a feeling that they're gonna try to give her the strap somehow. You don't think so?
Who is she?
Charlotte.
Charlotte Flair.
She has we'll get to that match actually.
But I'm just saying, I think she's ready. I agree with you, Matt. Carmella is ready. I think, I'm happy that they finally did something with her, except for the 5 weeks of who's this behind the screen, etc. I love her bodyguard. He's awesome. Yeah, and I love that. So the gimmick is good. The gimmick is really good. And
here's something to think about. I don't know if you watch any of if our viewers read the dirt sheet, so to speak, the team stuff. There's a certain somebody who has recently signed with WWE or re-signed with WWE. And we'll just say that she's all read everything. Eva Marie. She's re-signed with WWE.
Really?
She was horrible the first time around. Hopefully she got legit training.
Yes.
But supposedly she's on her way. She signed a WWE contract. I don't know if that's just the World Wrestling Entertainment contract where she can do movies and that kind of stuff, or if she's actually going to be in ring. So, not sure on that.
I'm hoping that the WWE, because in my opinion, Raw and SmackDown and NXT, their women's division blows AEW's away, and I'd like to see a lot more of the divas. I'd like to see Becky Lynch come back. I'd like to see Ronda Rousey come back. You know,
My pick to win the Rumble is Becky Lynch. I think you'll see her come back for the Rumble.
Right.
So,
I mean,
just had her maybe 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
But keep in mind, the Royal Rumble is the next pay-per-view, so we might see her return to the next pay-per-view.
Right. I mean, you know, we're talking about wrestling techniques and people wanting it's a wrestling show and entertainment. I mean, when you have Carmella locking in the code of silence and the double chicken wing, you know, and Sasha getting out of that, and then Sasha putting a bank statement, you know, those are some wrestling moves. You know?
I love Sasha Banks. The Three Amigos. She does the Three Amigos right into the frog splash, just like Eddie Guerrero.
That was yeah, good point, man. That was epic to see her pay homage to Eddie Guerrero. That was, I mean, yeah, that was great. I love that. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm still kind of sad since Survivor Series that the Undertaker left.
So, Matt, do you know, was Sasha Banks and Eddie, are they like, is it family or are they just friends from wrestling? Is that more of a friendship?
She was just a huge Eddie fan.
Okay, so it wasn't a family or close family or anything? Okay. Just curious.
No, it's just a huge Eddie Guerrero fan. That's like her favorite growing up.
Got it.
But also, if you're talking about Sasha Banks, we'll get to this other girl, but I feel like there should be what are those matches with women and men versus another women and men?
Oh, the mixed match kind of.
Yeah, mixed match kind of stuff. I would actually kind of like to watch a mixed match challenge with, let's say, this would be cool. If these two guys didn't die and they just saw and they weren't old. I would have, this would be like one of the probably my old-time favorite mixed match challenge. Eddie Guerrero and Sasha Banks versus Bayley and Macho Man Randy Savage.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. So now, the next one is, in my opinion, the popcorn match of the night.
Yeah.
It was an absolute. Like I said, I got up and made my snack, and I came back. I'm like, oh, okay, it's still going. Cool. I mean, the Hurt Business and the New Day.
Both.
They're just stale. They're. I mean, it's not even entertaining anymore.
You knew it was gonna win.
I don't. I mean, the New Day, they were cool for about a minute, about 10 years ago. You know, I mean,
yeah. Going into that match, I was like, you know what, New Day's gonna lose. Hurt Business is fresher than the New Day, and as in just being formed. New Day's been 10 years ago. I really hope that the rumors. I was hoping the rumors were really going to be true, and I thought, you know, after I watched that hodgepodge match start, the beginning match with Big E, I was like, okay, he's in the building. maybe he's going to help the Hurt business. And I think if that would have happened, that probably would have been the only part of the match that was a highlight. But like you agree, I agree. It's a go get your snack, eat. You could probably took 15 minutes of my time. And it wasted my time for 15 minutes, unless I had some food around, and I would have ate it.
Well, here's the thing with that. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
That match was, I could say, a decent match. It wasn't one of the like, oh my god matches. But I would very like to see Big E. Maybe at the next pay-per-view, Big E. Actually, maybe face Roman.
I don't know.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad match. But
It wouldn't have.
also, I would rather see the Hurt Business win than the New Day, because the New Day is they've had the titles for like it's like they say the maybe 10 times.
I don't even know how many times.
Maybe WWE World 10-time champions. I'm not sure, but like they've had the titles for a good while, and yeah.
The one thing that was cool, and this happened after the match, and I follow a lot of these, a lot of the superstars on Instagram and that kind of stuff. Shelton Benjamin, as soon as that match was over, he showered, he got dressed, and he left. He left the building, and he went to Shad Gaspar's house, which he was the former part of Crime Time that passed away. Went to his house and hung out with his son.
Oh.
And took the belt to him, took pictures with him at his house, and like just to say, because I guess Shelton Benjamin and Shad were pretty good friends, and it was kind of cool to see that.
Yeah.
Again, the only cool part of that going on.
I mean, I guess I said it in the beginning, but I feel again, you have Big E, who could be an amazing role somehow if he can get out of that character of New Day. And what better way to have been pushed him to a heel or whatever is to have him turned on his friends and help the Hurt Business. I know they're not on the same show, but help him out. That would make him as a hard-nosed character, as he can then he can do something with him on SmackDown. But I don't know. I was hoping for that. Well, my hopes were bursted on that, and
I think you see the Hurt Business blow up here. I think you see them blow up. Because at the end of the match, Cedric Alexander tagged himself in and Shelton Benjamin was kind of like, "What the heck, dude?"
Yeah.
I think they're planting the seeds for it to unravel, and they're going to break it up here shortly.
That MVP can go away.
And instead of making the group stronger, they're going to go boop.
Making the group faded, which I don't think they should, because I think the New Day should have been drafted over together, and even with Big E, and then maybe like you said, have Big E maybe at TLC, have Big E come out. Big E's music hits comes out, and he maybe just starts unleashing on the New Day, and then a Hurt Business starts coming over, getting the New Day in the ring, and then starts spinning.
Right.
But again, popcorn match.
Right.
I don't know if WWE did that on purpose.
Well, I think that's the best they got for tag team matches in the men's division. You have to do what you got to do with what you got.
I'm getting chills for this next one. This was like a good match.
I see. This was the second worst match of the night. I think the pop for Charlotte
Was expected.
it was like it, I I didn't I don't know.
I was kind of happy on that match because you said that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler were gonna win that one, and Uncle Scott, what did you say?
Dude, I've slept about 10 times, 5 times since then. I don't know. I don't know what I said. I said Asuka. I think I said Asuka and Charlotte because I
I
just
said
had
Asuka. I said Asuka, and then Mystery, and I the match before on the women's straight away. I was like, you know what? It's just gonna be Charlotte Flair. You haven't seen her since a while. She's gonna come back for
Yeah.
that moment.
And she looks completely different.
Yes, she's in better shape.
a
She
lot better
had her boobs are smaller. She had breast, like I was reading on she had breast, her implant reduced.
Yeah.
She had a nose job and some lip stuff done too. She's getting more and more plastic surgery, and it's like, all right.
Right.
But again, it's when Charlotte made her return, you knew they were going to win.
Right.
To me, that's kind of.
I mean,
Um,
it's good that she got brought back. She was hitting all the moves, the moonsaults off the top rope. That was cool. Everything that she used to do. Honestly, I'm not a fan of Nia Jax. I think she needs to. I don't know. Shayna Baszler. She was good in NXT. I don't have not liked her since she's been over on the Big Show. But
She needs to be paired with Becky Lynch again. I think her and Becky could do a great strong.
I think so. But Charlotte, I mean, I loved it. I love the moments where Ric Flair was back in the back. I don't know why he was standing back, except for watching that. I thought he'd come out or something like that. I thought they'd make that a thing. But that tag team, those tag team champions, they're not going to be lasting long.
No,
it's going to be, here's two people to hold the title for a while, for maybe one pay-per-view. I think they're going to see that Charlotte's going to get jealous and want the championship gold. That's what she wants. I mean, that's what everybody wants. So that's the problem with when you have as Asuka says, 2-belt champion. That's what happens. Your other tag team partner wants what you have. Becky Lynch. You look at the Boss and Bailey. They were tag team champions, and what was there? They want I hope they do something different. I like Asuka. I like her character. She can wrestle.
She beats people's ass.
She does. She is. But it was an okay match. It wasn't. Oh my God! I wouldn't say it's the second best match, Andrew. It might be the middle card match, but
I would say it was like the third best match.
That's not even that high.
I
love the match.
I thought it was a popcorn match again.
It was a good match, but again, WWE had to do what they had to do with. They made the pop was they brought Charlotte back. Woo!
Also, for a minute, I was like, "Ooh, are they gonna maybe have Io Shirai come?"
Right.
Because Io Shirai and Asuka, both Japanese, and they both know each other very good.
Right.
And also, they're double champions.
Well, we were talking about who it could be and throwing some NXT names out there. I thought maybe after that match that Rhea had, maybe Rhea Ripley would come over or something along those lines. But I think they did what was right and brought Charlotte in. But I just didn't. I don't know.
I don't don't like Rhea Ripley anymore. I don't like her style and stuff. I was a fan of her
We
a
got
while ago, though. But not anymore.
next one, in my opinion, was
one
the
of the
match
best
of the night.
match. Yes.
It didn't end the way it should have.
Kevin Owens should have probably won.
But the Roman Kevin match, it had everything in it. It had Kevin Owens. I'm becoming a big fan of KO because he is just like me, just like you, just like our viewers. A real he'd be someone that you call up, be like, hey, I'm going to Five Guys. You want to meet me there, and we can pound some burgers, or like he's a real guy. Like he's not a look at my muscles, like he's I don't know, he's the father of 2 kids. He's just a normal guy.
Just like your daddy, he's your father of 2 kids. Kind of like Bosso with a dog.
Yeah. And he's got that big. I mean, he looks like a normal guy. He looks like a dude that we'd hang out with. Mm-hmm. And I think that I kind of root for a guy like that.
I will say
he was the clear underdog.
I will say I agree. It was the best match of the night because it kept me on the edge of my seat. Mm-hmm. It kept me rooting for Kevin. Kept me, and at one point in time, and I guess that's why I feel the way I feel now. I'm over the Roman Reigns head of the table shit.
Yeah,
I'm over it.
The heel Roman is awesome.
It is.
And it means he can't be. They're basically creating another Brock Lesnar.
Right, and I mean Owens, he had a lot of high spots. He had a lot. He poured out his guts in this match, and I get the character of Roman Reigns. I really do. That was the best, in my opinion. Probably just a spoiler. It's the truth. It's not a spoiler. Right, Roman Reigns is probably the best heel of the year. That's a spoil. That's not a spoiler. That's the truth. But ladies and gentlemen, I am Scott Rogers, and I'm in the advocate for Roman Reigns.
Defending
head of the table.
He's ahead of the table. It's not a spoiler. It's a promise.
But the thing is, MJF is better than him, and he knows it.
No. I wish, maybe because I got into that was the only match, to be honest with you, Matt and Andrew, that I got into it like a sporting event. I'm like, oh my god, and I was rooting. I was like when Detroit Pistons lost the championship. I was like, dang. I wanted them to win bad, and I'm like, and for a low blow to lose no. I like Roman Reigns' finishing move, the choking you out. That's a good move.
Guillotine.
But the low blow, I was disappointed.
Yeah, I would rather see maybe Jey Uso have a table getting set up right behind maybe where Kevin Owens is standing, and maybe just like Roman punches him, and then maybe KO just like flips him over because he's gonna try to do a DDT. He's probably gonna just jump on the other side quickly and do a DDT.
Right.
Kevin Owens to flip him over onto the table, crash down. Jey Uso's trying to get up. Kevin Owens, there's another table. Jey Uso gets set through the table, and then he just climbs up and wins the title.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know. they're start to finish, Kevin Owens, he could potentially be an add-in to. That could potentially be one of the candidates for match of the year too.
Yeah, that could, and it really is. It's been a while since I was on the edge of my seat watching a wrestling match. To be honest with you.
I think the last time that I was like, oh my god, in like watching a match, it was probably back at Mania. There was that the Undertaker theatrical.
Right.
What is that?
The Undertaker AJ match.
Oh yeah.
I guess I'm okay. I'm a Roman Reigns fan. I've always been a Roman Reigns fan, but I wanted KO to win. I'll be honest with you. I hope this elevated him to be used more and to get a bigger push because he put on a show.
Well, did you see that? We talk about Kevin Owens has been in 2 of my favorite matches of the year.
Yeah.
This one and the one at the Mania, where he it was him and Seth Rollins at Mania, right?
Right.
And I think he jumped off the WrestleMania sign.
Yes. He's just a performer. He's an amazing performer.
And for a guy his size to do some of the stuff he does, it's like, what?
Yeah. So yeah, I would say that's probably my favorite match of the night. I mean, next match was pretty good, but
yes.
Next match altogether was a different type of match. This, if you're looking for wrestling, if you're looking for what TLC is, this match took the show. I think this one was probably the best match of the night. This one, the Owens and Reigns.
I think it was too.
Uh-oh. Here we go. What's up, Matt?
Orton and The Fiend is next, and
I love the match.
It was different. And I don't know if it's different in a good way. It's just it's different in a. Okay, I'll watch it one time. It's not one that you're like, you remember that Inferno match with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt? Let's watch that. It's not.
No, it's not, you're right. And to be honest with you, I've just been scrolling through CBS Sports does a recap, and they gave the first match a B-.
Yeah.
The second match a B. Third match a B+. The Hurt Business a B-. Player match a B. The Roman Reigns an A-. And this match with The Fiend, CBS says it's a C.
Yeah, I had the same thing up.
I would almost agree.
It wasn't. It just wasn't entertaining to me. It was.
I mean, there was some. I mean, I love the chair spot where they almost got Randy Orton in the chair. That was cool. That it brought back the.
But it just wasn't a.
Right.
Oh my god.
That was what I would call WWE entertainment. It was entertaining, at best. At best.
You know what? That match was probably one of the best matches of the night.
Oh my god! Come on, Andrew.
Third best match of the night. For real.
Oh my lord! All right. State your case, bro. State your case. You got 5 seconds. That's all it should take.
No.
Come on, state your case. Why? Why would you say that's the best match? How can you say that's the best?
It's one of the best matches of the night because you finally see the Fiend get beat in the match.
He's been beat before.
No.
Yeah.
Who have you with?
Seth Rollins beat him for the championship.
Last night's Raw segment with Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton was better than the match at TLC.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
I just like the match.
Okay? That's fine.
Okay, then why? Why? I'm asking you why.
Because I just like it.
All right. I can tell you right now, I will tell you, I didn't like it as much as you did. And here's my reasons why. All night you show up. So even the worst of even that 8-man tag team match, you had people bouncing off the ropes, off the chairs and tables, everything. You come to this match and you go back to that theatrical stuff where, it was predictable. You knew Randy Orton was going to set the Fiend on fire. B, the spots were all goofy. Obviously, they had to be goofy because obviously they brought a dummy into the ring to sketch on fire, so it was all sketched in. I read something that match was taped like 3 times. But anyways, I'm not a fan of the Fiend. Every time I hear the Firefly Funhouse come on, I cringe. I think that's the dumbest thing that WWE could ever get. They need to get rid of it. The Fiend character, I don't like. And, I mean, I'm a fan of Randy Orton. I'm glad he won. But, hey, you should have had little Alexa Bliss come down and maybe catch her on fire or something. I don't know. It could have been something different.
Oh, yeah.
But, no, I didn't like... It wasn't a... I'm not going to say it was... It was the worst match of the night. I'll put that one with the 8-man tag team match. It wasn't horrible.
How many matches we had?
I agree with Matt, though. Matt, I would just say this. I'm not going to Google, like you said, I'm not going to Google, let's watch the Inferno match. No, I'm going to forget about it by the end of the week.
Yeah, it wasn't very...
Mic drop.
The whole Inferno match, it was, I don't know, I think the best part of the match is when it was over and Randy Orton...
And you see the credits go by with Randy Orton winning, the show was over. That was not a good way to end the show.
No, it wasn't.
I think they missed. I think they should have flipped the Drew McIntyre or the Roman Reigns and Owens match. That should have been ending the show. You should have put the. You even should have put the.
Oh, he's leaving.
He's leaving. You should have put the Inferno match ahead of the Asuka and Flair tag team match.
Apparently, I'm the head of the table.
Probably. I'm just saying. I just didn't. It wasn't my favorite.
Apparently, you're at the bottom of the table. Because
he's getting mad.
In those matches, you picked in the first match 2 versus 8.
Hey, we're not talking about our picks. We're just talking.
I was disappointed with that match. I was disappointed with the Inferno match.
You're not a fan of that.
I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. It's just not. I'm not, and I wish. I mean,
we're not we're not making fun of you. You might like it.
Go ahead. I'm just not a fan. I'm not.
Yeah. Uncle Scott and I just won't. We don't ever want to watch that match again.
Just like I don't ever want to watch the
Firefly Funhouse match with Cena.
Yeah,
I hate that one.
That was dumb. Or the one where they all ran through the building to get to the top of the
Yeah, the TLC match. Not TLC, but the Money in the Bank match.
That was dumb. It's just I think they did a bad job. Although they did not do as bad of a job as the Chris Jericho MJF campaign thing. Hey, Miss Edie, you guys back?
But if you go back to that Money in the Bank one, that one was
garbage.
I would watch that one over the Inferno match from Sunday.
Yes, because there was all those spots with all those other talents around. Yes.
Yeah. But if you're going also back to Survivor Series, I loved how since Paul Bearer died, I loved how in the Undertaker segment, Paul Bearer was like, "Oh yeah."
Now that one was better than the Inferno match. And I didn't think that was good. But I'm sorry, bro. Andrew, this is where your uncle and you agree to disagree. I thought that match not great. Just like
it wasn't the best way to end the pay per view.
I think
Okay, I agree with you guys that wasn't the best way to end a pay-per-view, but it was a good match.
And that's your opinion. You're allowed to have
You're allowed to have your opinion.
Not everyone's going to agree.
Includes me.
Oh,
Two out of three wrestling fans will.
and also, this would just be the heck of a match for WrestleMania. A WrestleMania moment. Drew McIntyre versus this guy right here.
I seen a picture of that guy the other day.
What?
I seen pictures of Hogan the other day. Getting old, man.
I know.
So
they just had a match earlier on.
Moving to Raw again. The only quality segment was the Alexa Bliss playground.
Yep.
And it just sucks. It sucks that they're running out of stuff to do.
You know what? You forgot something on TLC. The beginning of the show, right after the 8-man thing. I thought this was just funny. Drew McIntyre versus 2020. That was, and then the only thing that could beat him, that could beat him was 2021.
Right.
Like that was just funny.
I think Raw missed the boat. I think they're going too fast to put Sheamus against Drew McIntyre. I was shocked that Keith Lee was even on the show.
You're going, from what I was reading, USA has seen a decline in the viewership, and they went to Vince and said, "All right, you need to do something here. This is garbage. You're producing garbage, and we want to go back to what we saw in the Attitude Era." So I think you're going to see more violent, more attitude, more. I think you're going to see it go back to what wrestling was. I think you're going to see, hopefully, and hopefully everyone else follows suit. I think we're getting close to the
Attitude Era.
I'm just getting close to, because I don't really even watch WWE, but I'm getting close to not even bother about watching SmackDown or Raw. I know they're both got good people. They could use them more, but I'm not. I probably would sit down and watch a pay-per-view of SmackDown and Raw.
I'm just.
Well, I would rather watch NXT better than them, and then the pay-per-views that they put on are good, but some of them are just the pay-per-view is just like, okay, gonna go get a snack and just you're watching a tiny bit of it and just say, well, should I turn it off or not? Because
you should have turned off that
it's
firefight.
not just good.
But with that, we must bid you adieu. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And good night. Bang!
Hey, bros. Cue the music.
Ready? Leave me hanging, Daddy. Leaving us hanging.
See you guys. Hey, comment below. Give us your picks. You have to give us, if you give us your picks, you got to watch the beginning of the show. Leave the comments below. See you on the 29th for the season finale of 2020 HPW. You guys.
Bye.
Hey, Matt, I'll call you.